The OG BMF champion, one of my favorite fighters and favorite people, a UFC and American Top Team staple, Miami's Jorge Masvidal. We got the big fight coming up, Jorge. ATT teammate Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje at UFC 291 for the BMF title. Main event, a title you never lost, by the way. July 29th. Thoughts on the fight, my friend?
Sure, yes, sir. Damn, that was a hell of an intro, my brother. Let's go, man. Off gas. This is gonna be a badass fight. We got two guys that are known for being dogs in there. Whether they're hurt or hurting, they give it all they got. They go out in their shield. Their first fight was a fucking instant classic. I think both fighters have improved dramatically in the skill department, setups, feints. But I still think this is gonna end up being just a dogfight. At some point, they're both gonna bite, just fucking get after it, you know. And I think they're gonna go for the kill like last time, man. That's what I'm so excited about this fight. Obviously, I'm biased with my teammate being Dustin Poirier. I'm leaning towards Dustin, but this is gonna be a fucking hell of a fight, man.
See, I'm thinking Dustin has a little bit of an edge because he has the mind of Masvidal. He could, maybe, I don't know if you've been working with him or talking to him at all, or I don't know if you want to give anything away.
I mean, I just been watching him train, and I could always say this much. Dustin's evolving always, man. This dude is just, it's very little the things that he does, very subtle. How he fakes here, or moves there, or leans on somebody here with his free hand, and then with that, you know, changes things up and makes these small openings in the fighting, in the dirty boxing department that are world-class. That only Dustin does those things, and people don't see a lot of small things he does, and he's just getting better at them, adding more attacks on his grappling offensively as well. So, man, I'm just excited for this one, bro.
You are so good at analyzing too, Masvidal. I gotta ask you, could you be doing commentary on this fight? Has they approached you about it?
No, I will not be doing no commentary.
No commentary. Ah, come on. All right, listen. When you won the title, it was at Madison Square Garden. I believe Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson presented you the title belt and all. Just what was it like for you to go through that whole process, do that, and be the original, the BMF, the inaugural, the first?
Roberto Duran walked in my corner on the way to The Rock being there, President Trump being there, and then all my family, all my Latin people in New York that came out in the bunches to support me, to support another Latin fella getting his. All my fans in New York, period, that just came out. You know, everybody, it was a massive turnout. We had a huge gate. We did really, really well. But I wasn't thinking about none of that going into the fight, you know. So after it happened, it's like all of that hit, like, because I really wasn't trying to think about none of that. Just it's another fight. I'm gonna go out and compete like I've always done, you know. And after it all hit, like, damn, I got to do all this. I got to sell out MSG. This is something else. So the moment was surreal. Getting the belt wrap was surreal. I mean, I wish, you know, part of me wishes that fight hadn't got stopped on the cut. Obviously, I'd rather leave Nate not moving, and I think he's the same. He'd rather have me tapped out or knocked out rather than any decision, you know. So I definitely do always wish that it ended different, but I mean, we could always still do something now. I could always, if you beat Jake Paul, I could ask the UFC for permission. Maybe they'll let me box his ass up and knock him right through the fucking boxing ropes, you know.
Yes. Could you come out of retirement to face the winner?
Probably not. You know, there's no promises or guarantees there, man. There's nothing, man. I'm a promoter now, but that's what I do day and night. I got Verdun versus JDS, 2 UFC heavyweight champions with no fucking gloves, throwing down September 8th, trying to kill themselves. That's what I do, man. So I'm a promoter now. I'm not a fighter no more. But, you know, certain fights do excite me just because I can make a lot of money. But on some real ass shit, I'd rather just promote, man. I got 4 more shows coming this year. And from my mouth to God's ear, I got 12 next year. And I'm right here. You feel me?
I know that, and you put on excellent shows. I've been to one of your shows, Gamebred Fighting. It's amazing. We'll wrap it up with this. I know you got to go. Tell me, please, a little more about what you're doing, and anything coming up. I know you mentioned one, and anywhere people can check it out if they want to find info about what different fights you have coming up. Bare knuckle MMA. You're revolutionizing things. Just a little more. We'll wrap it up with that, and thank you.
The IG is at Gamebred FC, right? And you can keep up to date with us there. And we're going to have some platforms where we're going to be dropping soon. But usually everything is through my YouTube channel, my Instagram. I'm blasting out everything. I'm just putting it for free. I'm putting it out there for the world to see. And, and I always thank the UFC for everything in life because, snap, I was able to fight through them, and then I learned a lot now and something I could do in my next chapter in life, which is promoting fights. So I love it. It's America. It's freaking the greatest country in the world. And the thing with that, so we got to get it back in line and in shape. Definitely put that in the interview. Greatest country in the world. This immigrant guy that's a fucking promoter now in this country and makes an earnest living. He don't got to rob nobody. What are we talking about, man? Greatest country in the world. I tell everybody. And if they disagree, that's because they ain't never probably been around the world.
He is Jorge Masvidal. He is somebody that has been a success story, coming from the bottom, working his way from the top. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, sir.
So you said